What's good, people? It's your boy C6, and we're there. I'm back again. Let me land.
Man said normal, they hit me with a radio voice.
No, but it is what it is. But that's the intro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
I got my game.
We got a special guest in the building. My little big brother from way back when.
Way.
He's done a lot of stuff. Big J's Kitchen, Street Food Clash. The list goes on and on and on. But there's some things that are going on right now that we want to talk about.
Yeah, man.
So Big J's in the building, man.
I even give myself a clap.
Give yourself a clap.
Give each other a clap. Show each other love. You get me?
What's good though, bro?
I'm good, brother. How you been?
I'm alright. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been too long, bro. It's been too long.
How you keeping?
I'm good, rude boy. Same old. Just cutting through, man.
So
just
what?
Cutting through.
What's I see gigantic squad. Is that
squad gigantic?
Squad gigantic. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is that? That's what I want to just get straight into it.
Let's go straight, rude.
And then we can do a little back.
Yeah. That's no problem. Squad gigantic.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, superhero from the ends. That's the novel I created originally, and that's what we're going into. We want animation, we want movies, we want cartoons, we want merchandise, we want everything. But where it starts from is representation.
Yeah.
Like it's mad because I've had that idea to do that cartoon from before the food.
Yeah.
But once I was doing the food, I never had time to do it.
Yeah.
But like with that, I wanted something that represents us and really represents us fully all round. Like we've got the Black Panther and all them type of things. That's cool, but that don't truly represent us in my eyes.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's good to have black on telly, and we love that. But if you look at that black, how does that relate to us growing up in London doing what we do?
Okay.
You know what I mean? We all got one generic black culture, yeah. But even when they go to your direct kind of culture in the movie, they gone to the American style of things.
Okay. We
got our own style and our own swag, our own way of doing things, our own food, our own culture.
Yeah.
So I want something to represent us, something to represent London.
Okay.
Something to represent Black London, UK.
And it's aimed at the young. Obviously, it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
It's like a comic book, I guess, right?
Yeah, novel. We start with novels.
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of let use their imagination more.
Yeah.
They can sink deeper into a novel. They kind of create the world in their mind. Yeah. So yeah, it's novel style, and then we're gonna do some short novels with it. Bruv, the Squad Gigantic brand is mad altogether. Yeah. Like even around that, we almost created. You see how you got like the X-Men universe. Yeah. The Avenger universe. We created the Squad Gigantic universe now. Yeah. So it goes so deep. We got music, we got fashion, we got beauty, we got pure things coming around it from merchandise and what spins off the brand. Like each character is their own brand, you might as well say.
So how many characters have we got right now so far?
In the superheroes, there's 5 characters. So you got Gigantic, that's the big man, that's the one he transforms to a lion.
Okay, so if we were to put it in comparison with X-Men, that would be like Professor X. I don't know anything.
Kinda.
Thanos, is that right? Is that
Thanos is a bad man still. Thanos is the enemy. He's a bad
okay.
But Thanos is a bad man.
You can tell I don't really watch it.
Trust me, you watch. That's one of the beauty about Squad Gigantic. There's elements in it. As much as superhero and all that, you can still enjoy it like an episode of Fresh Prince. Yeah. You can still enjoy it like just a cultural program. Yeah. Our culture oozes through it. Like London streets, like it oozes through it. Yeah. But like Gigantic, you could say Professor X, he is the leader. Yeah. But Professor X don't put in work. Yeah. Okay. He puts in work. He's on the field. He's more like Captain America. Okay. He's more like Captain America, but he's actually the father of the team superheroes.
So
they're all chosen
in essence, are they? Okay. So let's get it. Are they superheroes fighting evil? Is it like the typical superhero, or is it like just the everyday struggle of what happens in London?
Bit of both, but you know what it is. At one point, I had them just doing the kind of normal everyday, but that's all super about that. Yeah. So we've got the enemies. You've got Zaytan Supreme, who's from a different world. Yeah. You've got Bang, who grew up with Gigantic, but they got into it.
Okay, like what happens on the bits?
Bro, exactly. If you read the part in the first book, because we're on to the second book now, but in the first book, it shows the backstory of how the MT used to roll and where it went wrong, and a certain robbery went wrong, and certain man got greedy, and they start falling apart. But now the Squad Gigantic thing, basically, they hail from a place called Paradise Mountains, what's in the center of the earth. Yeah, it's a hidden place, what's the center of the earth. They hail from there, but when you're born as a chosen one. Okay. So only a few are chosen. And when they're born with their special gemstone. And that gemstone appears underneath them on their first night. Okay. Yeah, so the ones who have that, they know that's a chosen one. basically, the 5 teens are born. 2 of them are brothers, and there's a twin brother and sister. Then the other 2 are just 2 other boys. But then when Jay's, I don't want to give it away, I have to read it.
Don't give away too much.
Jay goes over the Paradise Mountains as a visit, but he don't even understand what Jay Gigantic. He don't understand why he's going, because to go Paradise Mountain, his mum's told him Paradise Mountain stories as a kid, but to go there, you have him to be righteous or from there. And he knows he's done his dirt, so he's saying, I can't be. So what's going on? Gets in there, then when he's there, the place comes under attack by a bang. And now Chief Danjuma, who runs Paradise Mountain, basically says, what? Take these little kids with you, and you're going to make them live in London and hide from the enemy. Okay. The teens come to London. Well, they come to London as little toddlers and kids. They grow up in London, and now they're teens.
All right, listen, let's start.
And then you go from there.
Don't give away too much of the plot. Okay.
You go from there.
Are you? So this book is available, like, is it on Amazon?
Yeah.
See, so it's proper published book.
Self-published. You know what? Turn down publishing deals. That's another thing. I'm glad you said, because that's something I feel that I would love to discuss as well. Because
we can get into
we're changing the game, bro.
So
I look at publishing deals as crap record deals. We don't need publishers like that no more. And this is back to ownership and owning our own stuff again. And this is what we're doing with it right now. Publishers don't really bring that much to the table no more. But there's a little close-knit community that controls it. So until man's ready to kind of put it on your own shoulders and bust out, it will always be the same. So when I look at a publisher deal, I offered 2. One was just stupidness, and the other one was okay, I guess. But you're handing over all your rights to that book. Okay,
so you hand over like everything
to that book, You still own your brand, but anything that comes off of that book, so any book sales, no, spin-offs, they'll have to renegotiate things. But say that our first book, Squad Gigantic, Go Get 'Em. If we done a publishing deal with that, anything, if we do a cartoon around that book, they own the rights more than likely. TV rights, merchandise rights, and the book.
So if the book, when the book gets to where it needs to, and people want merchandise, toys, they want T-shirts. I know you do.
The mask, everything.
They would be. That's them.
They own that. You might get a little royalty from it.
Okay.
You know what I mean, it's like a shit record though. They might give you a little advance.
So let's just when you got the publishing deal, or when you were offered the publishing deal, who read into it? Like, who took the time out, looked into it to realize
it was such a robbery that I didn't even need a solicitor.
Okay.
Imagine that.
You could just see it yourself.
I could see everything that this is foolishness. And I looked it off myself.
So could you not negotiate and try and get something?
You can negotiate, but you're still giving up your rights. So even if they tell me I've got 50%, the only thing, see how I look at it, the only thing I had me considering was almost sacrificing the first book on a level of they got marketing and PR links, they got the promotion links. That's all they can really offer me there, and distribution. Okay. So as a first book, it might have been good for a stepping stone to go through in.
But sometimes, sometimes you give away too much at the beginning. Exactly. You kind of just fall into place with that.
Look how much rappers are trying to get back their publishing now.
It's a big thing at the moment.
Yeah, it's massive. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying I had to sit down and figure it out. Like, what do publishers offer? The only thing, what I think they have that is good, what we can't do, we can do, but it's harder, is the distribution. As I said, it's that close-knit community. To get into a WH Smith or something like that, you have to go through one of the major distributors. And it's like the distributors in bed with the publishers. Okay. So now it's for us to bust through. Okay. Now all we need to find, how I look, it's almost like how Rockefeller done it. Remember they had the distribution deal. So Master P is a perfect example. Perfect example. Where he went in and said, "Oh, no, this don't make sense. How about we either 80-20, end up being 75-25 or something like that with a distribution company. So he can release what he wants, does what he wants, and they distribute it into the major stores. Now, that's the difference now with the book and music. Books still do run through stores. You still do get hard copy books. People still do want that. Even though the e-books are blowing, but you feel a real book. Well,
when you read a book, that whole feeling's hitting the bar.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's still distribution's still a major factor in that, like how it was when Master P was doing them deals. So even if we replicate that kind of, we're looking at just getting a good distribution deal. Otherwise, the publishers will give you PR and marketing, but we've got our own team for that.
Okay, so let's talk about where your book is, and so how many did you publish?
The first book, we done that as a tester. I just wanted to see if the market even enjoyed it. No marketing, nothing. We done a Kickstarter at the beginning. That's probably as far as the marketing went. And literally sold about 3,000 units from the boot.
Oh, wow.
Literally from the boot. We put about, I think we done about 100 or something in a couple of local WH Smiths.
Yeah.
It's online with Waterstones and Foes, but majority was literally from the boot out there.
But that's how you used to do with the sources and stuff.
And that's what, you know, that's my kind of method.
Yeah.
If the streets want it, the world wants it. That's how I look at it. If you can't make themselves in your real world, you have to accept the product's rubbish.
Yeah. It's your brand as well.
Yeah.
So they buy from you.
Yeah.
You are almost the brand of
behind it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, we done 3,000 units on the first book.
Okay. So 3,000 units on the first book. How do you and what's the furthest it's been, like? How far have you had to ship them abroad or?
Yeah, a couple shipments to America, Jamaica. Jamaica loved them.
Yeah.
Around the UK nationally as well. So even people tell me how raw. My son finished the book, sent it to his cousin in Nottingham. That one in there, sent it to one in Birmingham. Like,
okay, so the book's been passed.
Yeah, it's passed on. Kids love it, and that's what I wanted to see. Really, that organic kids that I don't know.
Yeah.
But I remember World Book Day last year.
Yeah. I think I saw
you
this.
actually made the gigantic outfit.
Yeah,
You took a Batman one and cut it up.
Yeah.
And done all that. So, and I don't know that. I don't know who it is. I don't know nothing.
So they read the book, were inspired by it, on a World Book Day at school, dressed up as one of the characters.
Yeah, that's Ray Batman for gigantic.
That's sick. So so let's talk about your target audience. So your target audience is it's young black people, young black.
I wouldn't even say young black. Young black's my main priority.
Yeah.
I would say that's my priority on a personal thing. But it's like that for everyone, really. It's that young. It's kind of like that 9 to 14 years old.
Yeah.
That kind of
inner city.
Yeah, inner city mainly. Yeah. But again, we say that it's that's the swag of the book.
Yeah.
But we know you go out, you go and you know most of that. If you look at Draw and all that, most of it's buying that other country kids.
Yeah. Like, they want a bit of the culture. They want to understand the culture.
Exactly. Okay. Exactly. So but when I would say when I first made it, my target audience was kind of inner city, mainly black children. It was originally from 8 to 12. Yeah. But what I've noticed now, some of the young people are growing with the book as well.
Okay.
And certain elements what I put in it is a bit hard hitting. What might be a bit too hard hitting for
like an 8-year-old. Okay.
Yeah. But year 7 to year 10,
they're on it.
Yeah.
So and your characters, like, tell me about your characters. So like you said, gigantic. But what are they, like? Who are your characters, and how do people that are reading it, your target audience, will be able to identify with them?
Yeah. See, one thing, when we're working with these books, what we want to do is entertain and inspire. Yeah. That's the main. That's always in the back of our mind. Is it entertaining? Yep. Is it inspiration? Yep. I don't want to teach you no foolishness. Yeah. We want to put morals into them. We want to show them things. So Gigantic now himself, he's got a wife, Tanya. They're both very well-to-do, successful business people. Tanya was in the fashion industry when she was growing up, and then she switched into the Ministry of Defence. Okay. And was making weaponry and armour and all them things for them. So she's like the brains behind a lot of the project. Yeah. When they go out on mission, she's at HQ running the systems and making it work. Gigantic's her husband, obviously. He's a property developer. That's where he made his money. Yeah. And they got the big mansion. I wanted to show a successful black family. Yeah. Rather than the usual. You know what I mean? Like, as much as I love watching Top Boy and all them things, when they're showing our world, anyone from our world,
it's always the negative
always
side.
Goes gloomy.
It's always
grey, the dark. Yeah, you get me? Like, there's even elements in this with the block. We put the block in this, that's a part of it. But we show the block from a different angle.
Because listen, I always say this, that there are more good kids and more good examples than bad.
Than the whole world.
Yeah, on the block, you're going to have, say you got 1,000 families on the block. They're not all pieces of shit.
On the road, you're gonna know from that 1,000 families, you're gonna notice them 5 bad boy families.
You're gonna notice that.
It's them 5. That's it.
Or
that's it.
You know, like the piece of shit.
And that's it. You're noticing.
But there's some good ones that get through, become doctors, become lawyers, that become millionaires.
This is what we want to show. And in the book, we show, even on the new front cover, we show the block. Yeah. But what happens is, we buy the block back. The box gone mad. Bang's on the main enemy. He takes over the block, and it's just straight reckless. But we buy the block back. That's what I'm showing them. It's about, that's what I say, back to inspiration and ownership. So Gigantic buys the block back. And now Gigantic block, you see, it's a whole different thing. It ain't no doom and gloomy, but because in the block, there is crime and there is that, but in the world there's that. And that's about 2% of life on the block, really. The rest is us helping old people with their bags. The rest is us laughing and joking all day. That's what it is. So we're showing that laugh, happy element. It don't have to be dark and gloomy. It can be happy and bright. So Gigantic's that. Came up in the ends. He came up with a single parent mum. Yeah. But in the book, you find out why she was a single parent, and you see it's deep again.
Okay.
But like,
which is like again a reflection of what's happening.
Yeah, it's a reflection, but then again, it's still a positive thing by the end of it once you read it.
Okay.
And then, so yeah, he's as I said before, he grew up doing whatever, but then he straightened up, and that was a part of his test really. So he gets entered into Paradise Mountain, and gets sent back with these youths. They turn to teens. So you got Truth and Safari, who's Raheem and Rian. They're twins. Truth, again, defeating stereotypes. Both of them are defeating stereotypes. It's about, I always just say an example. For some reason, when we were growing up, we watched Fresh Prince. We were made to want to be like Fresh Prince and not Carlton.
Yes.
They made Carlton a joke and made laughed up, but Carlton's a successful one.
Yeah.
Carlton's the one who's going forward. Will's the one who's ramping and messing about and fucking shit up.
Carlton would take education serious. Will would not. And then, but he's the one that you want to be.
Yeah, they always push us towards the negative somehow.
Yeah.
So now, Truth, one of these things, he's got power. He's got telekinetic power. He can literally, touch something and within 2 seconds learn it. So he can do anything, basically.
Okay. Do you remember Short Circuit that could read a book?
Yeah. So he's like that. He's got that kind of power. He's highly intelligent. They come from the tribe of intelligence, so they're like that. So him and his sister are both intelligent. His sister, Safari, what I do with her is, again, it's like they say, if you're pretty, have that bimbo look, you're meant to be dumb. And if you're dumb, you look good. Like you can't be intelligent and pretty for some reason. It's like they can't give you too much. So why not? So I've made her intelligent and pretty. She's got a beautiful natural black hair. And again, even that, because I see enough women get, enough black women get a lot of hassle over their hair, you know.
Yes, of course.
Over their hair. And I look at it. This is what how especially makes Safari. Safari has every hairstyle going. Because you're a black woman, your hair's amazing. You can do whatever you want with it. And if you want to put a little bit of weave in your hair, do your thing. Why am I fussed like that? You know what I mean? But every time she suits up, her hair puffs back into Afro pop.
Okay.
Because
that's where the power is.
That's where the power is. Your hair grows to the sun. Melanated people. You get me? So every time she goes to this thing, no matter what, like she would have done her hair flying, bang, back into the beautiful Afro puffs. That's how it goes.
So that's so like if I was to liken it to something like Power Rangers, when they put on their suit, then they're ready for action. So when she's ready for action, her Afro comes out.
And she's masked up Afro.
Okay, I love that.
I love that. It's ready to go. So, and again, it's a hidden identity. The ends don't know who they're the superhero, so they're masked and whatever, like Power Rangers. But so she's highly intelligent and beautiful. She's got her own fashion designer label, her own beauty label, and she's inspirational for females, full stop. And remember, she comes off of Tanya, their mum, so this ain't no game. Because one thing we know, in the hood, we have powerful women.
100%.
We have power, so I don't understand how they want to make out like they're soft and weak. And to me, a woman is the most strongest thing in the world. Certain things women go through, I couldn't give birth. I can't do that type of thing.
If man we spoke about this on the podcast. If man could give birth, the world would be empty. I'm not
putting myself through that.
No. I probably wouldn't even be here because my dad wouldn't even. My dad, come on, you know my dad.
My dad didn't give birth. My dad didn't even stay after birth too long.
He
gave me a couple years. Maybe he went through that. He's asked my estate.
All right,
so we did a natural air thing there, but it's about that. So they got intelligence. So Truth, he's intelligent. He's almost a cool nerd. Because it's about time we make nerds being cool again. But nerds run the world. Nerds are the coolest things.
But I never understood this. That you could take the piss out of someone for being smart.
Exactly. How that makes sense?
For doing your homework. For achieving.
Exactly.
You get.
But they run the world.
Down.
Of course, because they want to fit into what society tells them is correct. Imagine that.
I tried to tell my son, you know what? Don't it's cool. Read your book. It's cool.
Exactly.
And then the only way I can really show him is showing him who is doing things now as an adult. Because when you see that and you say, do you think he can't read? Or do you think that he didn't do good in school? Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's where
certain bad man from our days are on the wall drinking tenants now. Brother, we looked up to.
Brother, there's some guys here. There's man from my school, from my year, that were doing things that were the guy, and right now they are.
See what I'm saying? Now you can't believe it.
No, because their life, they peaked. The school was their peak.
That was it. They're still living in that era. That's why they still make them same mistakes because they still want that era.
And they talk about school.
Bevin, man. That man go mad for you because you went Bevin. I'm like, I get it, but
Yeah, it's
Like,
mad.
bro, it's a bit mad. Like, I'm like 35 now. Like, you get me? I can't remember half of that.
Yeah,
no
their
more.
school day's done.
It's nuts.
So
But so you got them two.
Yeah.
And then we got Chunkster. Chunkster's a little powerhouse.
Yeah.
He's more the road element kid. He's that more like street fashion.
Yeah.
Like tracksuit up, love of this, love of that. He's the one who raps. And we got Pacer. Pacer's the white. He does like a lot of sporty stuff.
Okay.
He's got speed for power. And he licks out lasers.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we've got a good round. Got a good rounded amount of characters. That's the main superheroes. Then we've got the baddies. We've got like Fug Rock, Dealer, and we've got Bang. So Fug Rock and Dealer are on the Bang. Yeah. Fug Rock's arms are made of rock and he can literally shoot out rocks. Okay. Dealer controls people's minds through playing cards.
Hold on, did you like come up with all of this concept on your own?
I'm mad, man. I don't want.
Now your imagination.
When I sit back and read back, I'm doing it. I think, bro, hold on, my head's a mess. Is that what's going through my mind? It's mad, bro. It's mad. It's mad. The book, and again, even the writing the book, I read the book myself. I'm gonna bring writers in eventually, but I wanted to get out what I want to get out first, so the brand solidified. Because when you go to a lot of the books we read with an author on the front, authors probably wrote the first couple of pages, bro. And it's writers that done everything else. They come with the concept and the writers write it. Okay. So it's like, right, it's many like ghostwriters. There's so much of them.
I didn't know that.
I only found that out recent.
So in the book world, there's ghostwriters.
Most of them.
That's mad.
90% of it is ghostwriting.
That's mad.
They'll come with the concept and the most publishing. And again, that's what I'm saying. Again, the publishing company want to own you. So they will come to me, approach me because they like the book I'm putting out. So when I say, yeah, go with it, they say, yeah, but we're going to change all this. Yeah, okay. So what's the point?
I get
you. You get me? So it's ownership all the way around, isn't it? And put out what we want to put out. Because again, on a bigger scale, if we keep on doing that and we run to that money, we've been brought out again. We ain't managed to put out the message we want to put out to our youths. Yeah. So we're always going to be going around in a circle, bro.
So we're looking at ownership, representation, and
entertainment.
And inspiration. So these are the things that are in your...
That's in the book, and that's the learning. There's enough little gems hidden in there for you to learn from, little sayings, little ways to build their moral compass whilst being entertained. You don't want to be, don't want to be a message. That message, but it's all corny, and that it's that it will pull in there because
you want it to just sit with them and then say, right. Because you know one thing that I'm quite, little things, like I'll be watching The Chase,
Yeah.
So I'm watching The Chase and I'm just answering questions, bro.
Yeah. Literally in our mind from somewhere, isn't it?
Somewhere, like crazy. Randomly, like just in my mind, and I'm thinking, like they'll come up with a question, and I'll be like,
boom. And if I don't know that,
how do I know that?
I know that.
Yeah.
They don't expect that.
But that's because you pick up things around. You don't know where you get them from, or you hear something, and then it just sits in your memory bank, and we don't remember.
Yeah. And when you spit it out, it makes sense. So when they say A, B, or C, that one for some reason, it
works. So I guess just dropping these gems, letting them read it, digest it. When they get older or when they get into a situation,
they can figure it.
It comes. Okay, that's
and what people got to remember as well. Superheroes are some kids' first role models.
For real.
Captain Planet and them, man, they're people picking up their rubbish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For real. So because some kids, like even there's like youths that you put them in their Superman outfit, then they can go to sleep but they're scared. They're scared of the dark. Yeah. But when they got their Spider-Man thing, they can sleep.
I remember a certain man's youth from Enzu, by they was all there, they was chilling, our youth, their youth. And I think our youths are winding them up, and these youths started going, what's he doing? He was pressing his watch thing, what's he doing? Ben 10 and he's trying to capture them. Man was trying to capture them in the watch. But these youths really believe it. That's what I'm saying, it's reading their mind. So if we can give them role models that are teaching them sense, like even little things, as petty as it sounds, little things. When the man went to attack Paradise Mountains in the book, they come with machine don't work at Paradise Mountain because we're not about that. So it's little things showing that guns are wrong in different ways. Rather than say, hey, guns are bad, like whatever, man. It's like, no, guns are where we're people of honor. We don't walk with guns, we're people of honor. We defend ourselves appropriately in the correct way. You know what I mean? Little things like that are in place.
And then that hopefully resonates with them going forward.
Yeah. And then they will do the rest of the learning themselves throughout life. We just spark the plug. And then life will show them yes, no. But at least we're giving them a solid foundation as much as we can. Okay. You know what I mean? And that's all whilst being entertained.
So where are we in terms of books now? So the first one's
been out. Yeah. We're about to repress some of them anyway, reprint some of them.
All right. Where can they get them?
Like get at squadgigantic.com. Anything you need, squadgigantic.com.
I'm going to put it along the screen.
Yeah, or just Google it and it'll go on.
Squadgigantic.com.
It's the one that I get you there. Get that. Yeah, that's perfect.
I'm doing the editing. You know? Don't stop me. You know?
Okay, I looked at the camera. Look, Trent. See it there?
I'll make it work. Somehow I'll make that one day work.
But yeah, anything Squad Gigantic is there. We got the songs coming out as well. So
the artists that are doing it, are they independent?
The artists, it's Safari and Chunkster.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah,
so
it's the two characters. Yeah, the two characters are releasing songs.
Okay.
So two of them, Safari sings and raps and Chunkster raps, and they're releasing songs. So Safari single's coming out first on the 1st of October.
Yeah.
So that'll either be out or be coming out, depending when this goes out. And yeah, so from that you're gonna see their catalogue thing. So their first 3-4 tracks probably is gonna be from off the back of the first book.
Okay, and you got merch, you got the masks.
Yeah, the masks.
Are the masks COVID inspired or they?
No, remember we had the masks from 2 years ago. The masks 2 years. COVID kind of woke it back up.
Yeah.
Because the mask is what the characters wear, and every character has their individual mask. That's something I learned from that Turtles.
Yeah.
Because you want your purple. Donatello's my guy.
Donatello.
Again, that goes to it.
You know what?
But it's the frame of thinking.
Donatello
it's the frame of my frame
my
of thinking. Because he's
colour.
smart. I like because he was smart. I looked at two things. I said he's smart. I looked and said Leonardo's the leader, yeah. But if it ain't for Donatello,
Leonardo was
he's the leader, blue.
The blue one, yeah.
Yeah, Raphael was just the bad boy.
Raphael was red.
Yeah, he gets ignorant on them.
Yeah.
And Michelangelo was the
youngest. I think Leonardo. I think I liked him, but it's probably because he was.
Leonardo was blue, and he had swords. He was the leader. But in my eyes, Donatello was the man because he's the brains behind everything. He makes he puts the plans for the moves together. He makes all the weaponry and all the gadgets. And you know why he's the baddest man? He rolls with a stick, piece of wood, and he's fucking man up. He's winning with wood.
Why for that? Why for the wood?
You get me?
But back to what you're saying, Michelangelo was the most popular, and he was the idiot.
The idiot, that one. Cowabunga, give me pizza.
Yeah.
You get me? He was, and that's what everyone went for.
Yeah, you're right.
The
marketing is crazy.
Yeah.
You don't have an idiot character in your book.
Nah, we have one of the baddies is a bit simple.
Yeah, but he's a baddie.
Paisley can be a bit simple as well. Yeah.
But he's a baddie. He's not designed to be.
Paisley's one of the main ones. He's a goodie, but he's a bit simple. But it'll make you laugh. He ain't about being dumb. We don't promote dumbness. We don't promote no foolishness like that. And Fog Rock, and the funny thing with Fog Rock, he's a bit slow on that. But in the book what's coming out now, the second book, Fog Rock finds out his true history. And you're going to see a change of Fog Rock from that.
Okay.
Yeah, So,
all right.
Yeah. So that's what happens on the ends every day. You get so much bad money, you find out their real history, and they go from gold chains to beads.
100. Bro, I was telling man the story the other day about I'll tell you off air. But you remember on Broadway, there used to be the arcade.
Yeah.
One of them man outside the arcade, rubbing man, screwing up his face, and he got humbled. He got a wicked humbling. Yeah. I see him the other day. The man said, "Blessings." I said, "Right," and he got the humbling in 90s, you know. And right now he's still righteous.
For a reason. Humbling was the best thing for it.
Sometimes you can get humbling, or sometimes you can learn something about yourself, and it humbles you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good book.
It's true, but yeah, so it's there. The book's mad. This whole Squad Gigantic runs mad. And one of the best things now is I got a whole team with me.
Yeah.
Before I was doing a lot by myself.
Yeah.
And especially once I got ill, that slowed things down.
Yeah.
But now we've got a whole team there. Everyone plays their position, so it's unstoppable.
So, quickly, if you don't mind talking, your illness, because I've known you since you was a baby.
Yeah.
And obviously, see your brother get ill and get over that. And then I saw you get ill. What actually happened to you?
Hereditary, man. Like, it was going to happen sooner or later. Mine thing just happened sooner. We got polycystic kidneys.
Yeah.
So there's a gene in my body that makes cysts grow in my kidneys. And that's gone through from my mum, my uncles, granny. As far back, it's just something that's hereditary through our family line. Yeah. So eventually them cysts will kick out your kidneys. Yeah. But for some reason my kidney got kicked out quicker. But everything happens for a reason, isn't it? So I'm still cool with that in itself. So yeah, one day, I think, 5 years ago, I always say this is what you always think of Posty when I say this, because that Posty from Grand Days, I went out with a meal. Went out with him for a meal. Yeah. And I ate something in there. And something from after that, I just felt fucked. Yeah. You get me? So my side was mashed up. But because I said I got polycystic kidney, sometimes I just feel like a cyst might have burst, piss out a bit of blood, take a bit of antibiotics, back to normal. But the antibiotics weren't dropping it this time. You get me? It was just mad. So I went to hospital. But the doctor come in like he was telling me I'm dead, Ruben. I thought he was going to tell me I had cancer, so that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay.
He hit me. I was like, bro. He said, man, what's that? I said, your kidneys are at like 8%.
Wow.
I mean, what? 8%. Like, I know that they're going to go funny, but 8%?
Yeah.
You get me? He was like, yeah, you're going to need to start dialyzing in about 2 weeks tops, I reckon.
Yeah.
2 weeks. That year was the year when Mum was dropping. Mum was just about to release. I knew what was happening. I didn't put it out there yet, but I knew that we were close to seeing the deal with Selfridges.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, remember, dialyzing is what, 3 times a week, 4 hours a session. Plug into the machine, blooding out.
Was it like clean your blood? It does your job.
Yeah,
for
the
your
machine
kidney.
is the kidney, yeah. So your blood leaves your body about 80, 90 times at least throughout that 4 hours. And it's just flowing out, and just cleaning and coming back
So
into.
did you need a kidney transplant?
Yeah, still need. I'm waiting.
So
I had a few people come forward, but some didn't match. Some were just that just didn't go through.
Is this down to black people not being donors?
Yeah, that's gonna slow it down, definitely, Ruba. That definitely slows it down, Makar. But the honest truth, if I didn't have a kidney problem, I probably wouldn't know about being a donor either. Like, I'll be following, not giving blood, not giving, put my list on name and list for donors, nothing.
Okay, but you are on
I
this.
know more about it.
And so, how important is it for us to
It's
do
important, but you're giving life, innit? Rather than throwing it away in the ground, you're just wasting it. Like, you can't take your kidneys with you. You're not going away. You need it after. You know, your heart. I always say you can take anything except my eyes. I'm a bit more personal about my eyes. Eyes in my brain, innit? But why not take it? Like, what's the point?
Yeah.
You get me? What do I need it for? You're just going to leave it for insects to eat. And you're actually giving life.
So, do you require a transplant from someone that passes or from anyone?
You can do both. No, you can do both. Live transplants from people who are alive are better than transplants from deceased. Yeah, still running. So that's better. But boy, my mum's had one, and that one's been going like 15 years, 14 years strong. You get me? So either way, you've got to be disciplined once you get it, and hopefully you pick a good one and it goes forward. But live is better. Yeah. It's better for somebody to give it. I even see what my man, DJ Ace, because
he's doing dialysis at the moment.
Yeah, I spoke to him when he was going to it, me and him had some words. Like a mutual friend said, "Rah, slightly, no one's meant to know, but Ace is doing it. So I wonder if you could talk to him because he wants to know a couple of things. Because it's daunting. You see, when you go in there first, you don't know nothing, can it? Like, I've personally, bruv, I know for a fact I've saved a couple man's life just because I've gone through it. Yeah. And the man said, yeah, but I'm feeling this, feeling that. And I'm like, bruv, you better go to hospital now. You're actually drowning within right now. I can see your liquids, your overflow. Because when your kidney ain't working, your kidney creates the piss, innit? Yeah. So if your kidney ain't working, I'm lucky I still piss. Most men with kidney failure don't piss because you ain't creating no piss.
Oh, wow.
So all the liquid, when you dialyze, as well as cleaning your blood, it will take off like about how much kilos of water as well, or fluid, what you drank and then got out of your body. Yeah. So you take, when I go on, I probably take off about 2 to 3 litres of water each session as well. And I'm still pissing. Yeah. So imagine, man, you ain't pissing. It will be like 5 litres. The more you take off, the more dangerous it is for you. The more dangerous, because your body is going through a workout, bro. There's people, we both know people whose parents have died on the machine.
Yeah, of course.
We know people who have died on the machine. I've seen people die on the machine. I've sat in a session and seen man go. You get me? I've almost gotten on the machine before. I sat there.
Because I've watched it. I was speaking to someone. They were telling me about you, and I'm like, you know what? I'm inspired by the fact that you maintained your strong presence. You never let it stop you. Obviously, this squad gigantic came out that you were working on.
I wrote that. It's why it's mad again. So I say for a reason, because dialyzer gave me the time to write.
That's what I'm saying. So there is a strength that I admire. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna get into the history to what you was doing before, but just the fact that you carried on through it. But what I want you to do is tell people how they can donate, or how, their kidneys, or how they can be on a register for a blood donor. What do they do?
See, blood list. Go to your local blood bank and say you want to sign up. It's that simple. You
so
probably do it online. Yeah, no, for blood to donate blood. That's because blood's important as well, especially for youths with sickle cell.
Yes,
blood's mad because you have to have something that matches you. I can't. If I put a white person's blood in me, it won't work. It won't do nothing. It make me more ill eventually or whatever. Whereas you go and then now it's some idiot like 1% of black people are donors or something like that, and it's ridiculous.
I think there's a big stigma. We got to get over the stigma, and I think that's where getting over the stigma of blood. No, but you know what it is?
Man are scared of needle and they want to make excuse.
I
And now
don't.
they
I
made
don't.
that excuse
Honestly,
become big.
I don't think it's an excuse. I think it's literally a stigma. The same way you said, you know, if you didn't know about it, and
Yeah,
go
you
for it,
wouldn't.
it's something that we just.
If I didn't know
it's like
about
we-
it,
it's
I
like
would have
we
went with
frown-
what
it's
our
like-
culture told us.
All right, and our culture frowns upon
Yeah.
it. But the fact is, we need it, and sickle cell is rife. I do always tell people, like, always check out your hemoglobin yourself.
Yeah.
So if you know you carry the trait, you need to pick your
Blood.
partner.
See, hemoglobin thing ain't a joke, you know.
Pick your partner. Listen, pick your partner. You might,
Yeah.
if you've got the sickle cell trait, and you meet the girl of your dreams or the man of
Both
your
got
dreams,
trait.
and they've got the trait, you need to think about it because
Yeah.
the excruciating pain
It's horrible,
that your kids
blood.
go
When I
through.
see you go through that, it's horrible, blood. Like, I've wanted to give blood, but my blood's dirty, innit?
Yeah.
But like, I remember when you give blood, yeah, that one pouch you give gets split into 3 different ways. I think it's the pallets, it's the this and the that, and it helps. Like one bag will help at least 3 different people each time.
All right. So people, get
Yeah,
on the register.
Yeah, get on there, man.
Please, like,
Do it.
let's look after each other.
With the donating of the organs, that's a bit more techie. That's like more like you got if you know someone who has it and you want to do it. Like for instance, say you said you want to give me your kidney, I can't make the call and tell them, yeah, my brethren, you have to make it because I could be pressuring a man, I could be trying to pay a man, it could be anything. So you've got to make the call yourself. That in St. Georgia they got transport sisters. You just call the transport sisters. They'll do the rest. It's not even hard.
You know what? I'm gonna lead by example. I'm gonna register to give blood.
Do that, man.
And I'm gonna register as an organ donor.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I'm a bit shook. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit shook to give it while I'm alive.
No, but they might not. But more time when you register the organ donor, it's not about when you're alive. It's if you die.
Okay.
That you're given the permission to take your organs.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm gonna do that.
You get me?
I'll
Why
lead by
not?
example. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah, why not? That's the best way. Yeah, so that's that. Yeah, man. But yeah, so you say about hemoglobin, but I take injections every other week and iron every other week to that. So it alternates iron, iron, just for energy, bro. Hear me? That's what it is, Rubai. If you don't have that, when your hemoglobin drops, Rubai. I remember when I was first getting ill, and I didn't understand it because, as I said, just saying someone else, I was going gym 3-4 times a week, bro. I could do like 20 minutes skipping, then another 20 minutes on a rowing machine, bare cardio, then light weights. That would be 3 times a week for the week. I can start doing more and more, but wouldn't drop weight, Rubai. And that's because the water I was attaining. Then more and more towards as I was getting iller, I started realizing, why can't I do as much on the skipping no more?
Bro, so you're declining even though you're doing
declining, blood. I was in Tower Hill, whatever it is, the train's tube station up Tower London. And you know, there's bare steps, you guys walk around, bro, walk up and step, my thighs are burning, you know? I'm like, this don't make sense, but I don't know, I'm ill. But the hemoglobin drops.
Yes.
Your blood's messy, your blood's dirty, it's toxins, bare toxins. You're not getting enough oxygen throughout your blood.
And how are you now? Like, still doing dialysis?
Yeah, I still did, really, but I still did. I done it yesterday, I did it tomorrow morning. Like, you know what? You can sit down and feel sorry for yourself, or you can sit down and count your blessings. Enough people forget we're in England, blood. They're in England, blood. Man ain't only getting to dialyze for free. They even give a man a sandwich if I want it. You get me? And people are still moaning and complaining, blood. I had a cousin in yard.
You could be in a place where
I had a cousin in yard. She got the same time as me. I didn't even know, but I know her family. Yeah. She got the same time as me. 3 months, she was dead. Yeah, if you don't dialyze, you die.
Yeah.
You get me?
Because you can't clean.
Can't clean. You can't, and you won't die from your kidney. You die from blood poisoning. Yeah. You die from drowning within. Yeah. It will cruel something to kill you in your body. You get me? But they're talking 8 bills a week to dialyze in yard. 8 bills a week. Get me? I had another cousin in America. He's passed now. He's a little bit younger than me. He had the kid. He was dialyzing. Again, infection of some sort. Bro, I've had sepsis 3 times, bro. Literally been at death's door, not even realizing I'm at death's door, but like driving myself to the hospital, mash up. Like, I can't even move and driving at 15 miles per hour to get there. Fuck shaking. Like, leave the car outside. They put me straight in resuscitation. I'm like, I didn't even know it was that deep. Like, you hit me, but bare times my blood could have killed me. Sepsis, gone. That kills enough people.
So that message again. You could sit down and just wallow in self-pity.
Exactly.
Or you can go make count your blessings and keep it ticking over. You got
kids. It's never been simple, blood. So it's another fight that we will conquer. That's how I look at it. You get me? That's how I look at it.
All right. So let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
Big J's Kitchen. Is that still about? Do you still do it?
I don't even do it, you know, but every now and then I feel that dabbling. I got a couple of products that I might just bring out randomly.
All right, so let's talk about Big J's Kitchen for those who don't know. So Big J's Kitchen was, you brought out seasoning, sauce, barbecue sauce, jerk sauce, and that was for.
Yeah, see, there's one thing what
Yeah.
people always forget,
Yeah.
and that was the main thing, you know.
What's that?
Lemonades.
Was that the main thing?
That was the main, bro.
I thought
Lemonade
I
is what
thought
I wanted it to be. But the
Okay.
problem what I was having was, because I was still making it in the yard,
Yeah.
the shelf dates, the Best Buy dates was mad. It was too
Okay.
sporadic. I couldn't figure it out properly. So it was always the seasonings, the drinks, and the sauces.
No, but listen, dip and glaze was the truth.
Yeah, people love that.
Dip and glaze was
Something
the
different
truth.
for them, innit?
Oh, that's the truth. All right, so Big J's Kitchen used to have a sauce called dip and glaze. I'm telling you, people, the baddest thing. I remember buying I remember you gave me one, and I come back the next day and bought a couple.
I thought you bought a fucking case.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I think that's responsible for some of the pounds that I put on. But you was in Selfridges. You got to deal with Selfridges and you were selling.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how it started and ultimately why you stopped.
I start from the beginning. What we done originally, you know, I didn't even think. I think that mentality of man always has that kind of entrepreneurship in the background. But it was originally just sauces and food in the house. Lemonade, I love making homemade lemonade. I used to make the sauces and the seasoning. I started looking at the Rajas and the tropical suns and all that, yeah. And what I learned about that, 80% salt.
Yeah.
I used to call it orange salt blood. When you look at the herbs and spices that's in it, it don't even equate past 20%.
It's mad.
And some of it's still got MSG and extras.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're killing ourselves.
You know, it's mad. They put all-purpose, which is salt and something. Then they put chicken seasoning, which is salt and something.
Yeah.
Then they get paprika, which is salt and something.
Bruv, it's 80% salt in every pack.
Yeah.
Blood pressure will go through the roof, bro.
Yeah.
And we don't know how to cook nothing without that.
Yeah.
If the chicken ain't orange, it ain't right.
Yeah.
You hear me? So that's just pure salt. Then people be adding salt.
Just for those, that's before you cook it. Yeah, 'cause if it's orange after you cook it,
that's definitely ain't right. But yeah, so I was looking at that and I was like, you know what? I started creating the seasonings using sea salt. Sea salt wasn't so big out there. Everyone went on the Himalayan hype and all that, but I was using that. And now I could drop the salt in the packet down to 30% and still get the flavour. Because sea salt has more of a punch and a touch. So we started doing that. And then the day when I said, you know what? Forget this. I'm going in there. Look, it's this kind of. I say it straight. It's this. That's what made me say I'm not playing no more. Because what I realised, I was in Asda. And they had a thing called Abbott's ginger beer in the section. So I'm fast with food, so I started reading the back of it. Oh, ginger beer competition. When I read the back of it, it said Kenneth Abbott's was an explorer that went to the Caribbean and loved the flavour so much and took it back. What do you think KA stands for? Kenneth Abbott's. That's what KA stands for, because it was his drink. So we're all bracking our back for KA, and there's some explorer who just jacked our culture, jacked everything from us. Yeah. And we ain't eating a penny from it. Sound like Christopher Columbus to me.
That's a fancy word for a thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, nah, we need to own our own drinks. Straight up intruder.
Imagine if you burgled a man's yard and when you got caught, you say, hey, I'm just exploring.
I just wanted to see what your room was like.
I just discovered this TV
you get me?
and I'm taking it back.
Yeah, you get me?
It wouldn't work.
It
wouldn't work.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. So when I said, nah, I'm done, this is the job. We need to own our own stuff. So I said, put your money in your mouth, so you got to back your talk. So we went out and started doing that, started making them in the yard, selling them. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to be in a place where I had no ties. Because if I said it amongst my own people, that on the ends of my friends, they have to take it, innit? It's my brethren. So I went to posh white stores, like Bailey and Sage, all them type of places.
I remember he was in a like a fancy butcher's in Battersea, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one. What one was that one? Butcher and Grill, Mowing and Sons in Clapham. We did enough for them, but it's funny. But one of the stories is hilarious because they tried bad man. Bailey and Sage in Wimbledon, tried to do the straight go away black boy move. Yeah. That's what they tried to do. Yeah. So what I used to do, I used to make my missus call. So it sounds more acceptable to them than before. It's more gentle. Like rather than yo, you want a sauce? It's more like hi, you get me. So she's called now, and when they heard Caribbean, it's like no, we're all right. We don't want that. Locked off the phone. No manners, no that, not today. All right, boom. All right, raw, cool. All right. Whatever, innit? Then we started supplying a shop that was called Elizabeth King or Elizabeth something in Parsons Green. And I went in my first delivery. They was like, bring us 100 bottles. 100 bottles for this one shop, you sure? They like, all right, cool. Bring it there. Me, what, you don't get good customers? No, we're sending it to our sister company, Bailey and Sage in Wimbledon as well. Bro, I was laughing. So I was down there. Like, we got our sauce in there, winding them up. But whoever the buyer in there, as soon as she heard the blackness, she dashed it away. But went round there. It came to her anyway. So yeah, we was in all them places. And we were
that stings them.
That hurt.
When they try to avoid you and push you aside, and then you're there anyway.
Exactly. A man didn't play to a car. I didn't call back. I wanted to call back. I said, fuck it. I wanted to do that, but it's business. You can't, innit?
No, of course.
So
you got to leave the ignorance.
Correct.
Don't go into the stereotypes.
The universe don't. And it don't get you nowhere, innit? Again, that's just ignorant immaturity. We don't learn it. We feel that we've won because we release some tension. But really, we release tension and blow up our whole ends. Yeah. You get me?
You get to cuss them, but you lose so much more.
Yeah, and if that's your glory, cool, but you can be the man at job centre. You get me?
Like
you can. You're that guy job centre band up all the workers, but then humbling yourself when you're in your gyro don't come. It's long. It's long. So so we've done that. We're doing them. So the next level was really to either Selfridges, Harrods, or Harvey Nicks. I'll be honest, I think Harvey Nicks' food hall slipped off. Yeah. I don't really look at them special no more. Harrods is probably the baddest one. I think I prefer Harrods the most. Yeah. But I think Selfridges matched our brand the most. Selfridges had the more fresh element, brand new. They're meant to be innovative. They come with new styles. So we went there. And again, had to spin a deal, but again, ignorance to the game. Ignorance to the game. I had the sauces ready now, so now we've upped our level. We come out of the kitchen. Gone to manufacturing, got a manufacturer up near Kings Lynn, got storage around the corner from there. Now we're supplying, innit? But we're still just doing butchers and delis and that. To get the right price break on the products, we got to manufacture like 40,000 units at least a time. So that's a lot of sales just on the roadside and just running around there. It's like, we need bigger sales. Hit Selfridges. I think we hit Selfridges in February. No, March or February. Yeah, man, it's a summer product. Be ready for the shelf. Not realizing their time schedules are different. They're looking at summer products from last summer. Like, so we're kind of behind.
So you're on different schedules.
Yeah, so we're like, I didn't think of that, but it makes sense. So how are we gonna spin this? Because I'm not sitting on these bottles for a year. He says that, go in there. What the buyer told us is basically we have to check your premises, where you manufacture, where you store. We have to sign you off to be a supplier. That could take months. By then, we're bid season when you put the product out. Yeah, we do. I work great and I played them off against each other. There's a company called Hyder Foods. They're the biggest independent food supplier or distributor or wholesale or whatever in the UK. And I know that they wanted to have more activity with Selfridges. They registered with them, but Selfridges ain't using them really. So I'm saying Selfridges want the product. They want more business with Selfridges. Yeah. So I basically played them both for each other and said, "Rah, you can put us in your books and I can get you into Selfridges straight away." And I went Selfridges, basically put us, say we'll do the deal and I'll have you a product next week. Yeah. So they were like, how's that going to work? Put them both, boom, boom, boom. And now because they were already registered with them, all they had to do was get the products from storage up to them. Hull. It was mad because the food distributors all the way in Hull. Yeah. So I used to have to go out there and get my storage guys to do logistics and send it up there. And then the other awkward thing is with Selfridges, all your stock's got to go to Birmingham somewhere. Okay. So, and then from Birmingham, they supply it around the store. So I'm thinking I can just dash it there, but I'm still in that mentality. I'm still
thinking you can run up to Selfridges with the box on your shoulder.
So, yo, let me in. You get me? But nah. So we had to do all that work, all that. And we got it. We got it done. We got it popping. And one of the things I always say to people think the job's done when you get on the shelf. The job's just about started.
Just starting.
You want to make sure customers take you off the shelf and the buyer don't remove you from the shelf. You get me?
That's a real thing.
That's
because getting in there, some people celebrate getting in.
Yeah, like it's done. Exactly.
I've just got my product in Sainsbury's, but no one ain't buying it. Yeah. So you celebrate too early.
Way too early. You'll be gone. So that was it now. We killed Selfridges.
You sold out first day, innit?
First 3 days, everything gone. But when we spoke, there was like, Selfridges, don't expect more than like 1 to 2 orders a year. Yeah, cool, isn't it? I was more looking at Selfridges on a promotional level anyway. It's just good to say, people know you're serious, now I'll go through the next level. Yeah,
because then you going into Selfridges will make other people open the door. People are fickle. Business is fickle. There's people that will... Selfridges mess with you. Yeah, we'll take that. Yeah, they don't know what you do, but they want you.
But it happens in every world, because even from that world onto the real life world, I have family members start hating because they think you're rich, like you own Selfridges. But I'm a couple of sources in Selfridges. I don't own it. So it happens, people minds like that. And then from there now, we was in there. Yeah, they said it's a bit to a year. We sold out in 3 days. We was on our like 3rd, 4th order in a month or 2 months. Yeah. We killed the summer. But Killer Selfridges ain't that much.
Yeah.
It's only 3 shops when you think about it. We showed enough for them shops. They were surprised because our marketing was on it.
Yeah.
But when you really try to pay bills and do stuff, really, that little 10 grand ain't getting you through the year.
Yeah, I understand.
You know what I mean?
So unless that's reflecting every other aspect of the business, then it looks good.
Sense.
But it's not making it.
You could be the man in ego-wise.
But still out of self,
you get home, you get me. Yeah, man. Let's sell out that selfridges. Let me have 10 on her. You get me? Like, what next? You get me? So it's like, raw. Next move to progression would make or break really was you have to hit multiple. You have to hit
Sainsbury's, Tesco's.
We had the meetings really bad, but things just didn't work out. That's the truth of it. Like, I'll never front that. Like, no. 2 things. One, we got back. Waitrose tried to back man. They done the straight racism card and then shitted themselves for I was going to the newspapers with it and all that. Replies from this manager, that manager. Like, see, when you put a product through to a company, you send it. More time you don't want to hear nothing from them if they don't want it. If you're lucky, you're even saying, if you're lucky. I don't know what was wrong with this woman. I think she was leaving because another time I called her, and you see the message. Her voice machine, basically, I don't work in the shithole no more. No. So I was like, right, she must have been on her way out. But when I sent the product, she basically sent back a thing saying it's too black for their shelves. She had to word it a certain way, said it's too black.
Yeah, because your marketing had you on it.
Yeah, it had a cartoon version of me on it.
Yeah.
You get me? So they didn't want a blackface. Said, it's too street, it's too this. What's wrong with street? I can show you. I sent her images of their street food thing. Like when they're doing it, it's all right, but we're actually doing it ourselves. It's a problem. Her director's hollered, sorry, we didn't mean no to me, bruv. If you didn't mean that, you wouldn't be trying to clear it up.
Yeah, of course.
You get me? You know what it is.
They're just covering up.
At the Times newspaper wanted to do articles on it, but where he was, I said, loud, because I don't want to come out as a problem right now. If we came out as a problem, everyone's going to fight us.
Don't want to bust with a scandal.
We're busting a scandal, busting off, I feel sorry for me. You get me? I said, one day I will get the cunts back, but just cool for now kind of thing. So they were there, but the Sainsbury's and Tesco, they were conflicted. And one element, I understand, both elements, I understand why we didn't get on their shelves. One burnt more than the other, basically. Get me? One was what didn't really burn. I totally get them. You're a new suit. You're new in this film. When you go on the Sainsbury's shelf here, if you look at the sauce shelf right now, you see about 15 different sauces. Only 3 companies own all of them. No matter what brand's on it, only 3 companies own them. All About Foods, AB Foods. So All About Foods will have all the restaurant brands, from Nando's to Oaxaca, GBK, all of that. All About Foods will have that. AB Foods will have Levi Roots, Patax, Blue Dragon, those kind of ethnic brands. What's on the mainstream, and then Heinz will just, Heinz. You get me, Heinz on the world. So it's like that. So when we're looking now, they saw that we could cause a bit of a stir. So when we come through on that level, it was like, Heinz and the other company, they said, yeah, cool, we got our jerk coke sauce coming, we got barbecue sauces we're dropping. So if you try to bring competition on our shelf, you're not getting that price cut we give you. My sauce does not compare with the sales of Heinz ketchup. You get me? So,
they're gonna say, bro. If Heinz are starting to, if Heinz say, all right, cool, bring him in. But if you bring him in, we just
you're paying an extra 20p on everything.
You're gonna mess with the mayonnaise. You're gonna mess with the ketchup.
And don't even let me get from ends.
Don't let me get started on the beans.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I remember they probably got scared because if you remember when Levi first hit Sainsbury's on his first week, I think he outsold Heinz ketchup on the first week. On the first week, I think he outsold Heinz ketchup. He didn't carry it on, but I think first week. He hit that celebrity guy, and they had big man behind them. They had the owner of Sainsbury's on their team. So
Peter Jones.
Peter Jones' brethren was the owner of Sainsbury's. So they're like,
so they got man on their side.
So me coming through, them man probably saw that. So we can't do that this time because it's like
you're in the
but this little you from the hood, nah. So that happened there. That one on this. That one. I see where they're coming from. That one burnt me more because man got bullied, didn't it? The big boy just bullied me. Simple as that. You get me?
But it's
the other side
a valuable lesson learned.
Yeah, because you know what I learned from that? If I ever done a sauce company again, you know what I learned? Forget that street honour. You see, it's probably math because I come from a world where you buy a brick and break it down and sell it. So we buy the sauce, it costs us 50p, we sell it for £1. Something simple like that. So that's the way of thinking. Them man ain't playing that game. No one on that sauce, on them companies, Nando's don't make their own sauce. It's outsourced and licensed. They're basically paid just to use your name. So like Nando's probably get about 20% of the profit from All About Foods. All About Foods will manufacture, produce. All they say is to you, you do the promotion, you be the face of it and do that. So
You make
they
money
ain't got to
from
do nothing. They ain't
passive
spending no
income.
money. Yeah, not spending no money, and they're seeing how much money in a year. So your copy, that's the way through of it. You got to build your brand, so your name's big, so big enough to get licensed, and then you just do a license. Or 2 years, you can use the source, do what you're doing with it. Just give me my 20% royalties, and you're making probably really. If I think about it, if I break down a bottle of sauce, I probably make about 50p off a bottle of sauce. Yeah, and that's after I've put the money up. I've done all the work done with that. Now off royalties, I'll probably make about 40 pence from doing nothing.
So
And they're going to sell probably about 50% more than I would have,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
100% more than I would have. So
of
what
course,
more?
of course. Because you're going to be putting in a lot more as well.
Exactly, no brainer. But we don't know that. We know hard work.
Because you're talking, when you're doing when you're the little man or the little fish, you have to work harder. You're swimming upstream. There's a little fish. You know what I'm saying? So but these are valuable lessons.
Yeah, it's now man knows better for future products, and that's why even with Scott Gigantic that comes into it now. Yeah. So we're taking liberties. We're going to take liberties with it because it's like we're armed with knowledge now. Armed with knowledge now.
Knowledge, experience, and you tap me in my face, and it's not going to happen again.
I tap me in my face. And I knew it don't hurt no more. You think a type of face is going to hurt until you get type of your face. Yeah. Oh, and the adrenaline went through that. I brack him up still. So now you know you can win.
I'm a bit shook for a thump in the face, though. I'm not going to lie.
That's the light skin in you, man.
No, but I'm going to tell you, I'm shook for a thump in the face. I think I ain't had a thump in the face. I ain't had a fight, So I'm going to be real with you.
I hope I never have a fight again.
This is totally off topic, but I haven't had a fight since year 9.
Yeah.
And that's about, I left school, 20 years ago?
It's
about 24, 25 years since I've had a fight. I don't know if I can fight. I'm going to be real. I don't know. Like, I don't know if these hands work, bro. I don't know. This might be not even glass no more. This might be proper. They might not even
say it's back to sand.
Fam, I'm not even, see, I'm real like that because in my head, I can fight.
Yeah, but you see, that's dangerous though, because that means, well, if you ever go into a fight again, go for pitch, you're going to be giving 100 when you might be able to give 50,
Bro,
I
might lose myself. I might lose myself, but I'm going to tell you, in my head, because I remember, I've always been shook to get thumped in the face. When the last fight I had, a guy called Sean in school, I thought he was going to hit me. So I banged him in his face, and then we were rocking, because I thought, hold on, now I can't take a bang.
You know what
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Like, I'm going to be real, I don't know. So the best thing you can do is, like, I use all the experiences that I've been through to avoid fight. Like, I'm a big man. Like,
that's fighting the best thing in life anyway. That should be last resort,
of course.
Really.
And the fact is, because of what I have been through in my life, I don't know if I can fight, but I'll tell you what, I'll give it a bloody good go.
Yeah.
And
we're not gonna let you beat me up.
Yeah, I'm definitely
not.
Not so, you get what I'm saying? So,
but you know what the wicked thing? I ain't had much fights. I've had conflicts. I'm big, rude, boy. So it's been pure knockouts. Certain times, I can tell you, there's certain times I've been in a fight and I purposely go off a knockout block. I want to see if I can fight or not.
But
then I get bored. I'm like, fuck it, bang, right there. Like, I remember in the box they showed me, that's the knockout zone. Crack. And it usually works. But then it's scary, bro. See, being a big dude is scary.
No, but you're the guy that they want to challenge.
No, I don't care about that.
No, but that's the thing.
I'm talking about manslaughter is very realistic.
You know what I mean?
Most time I've knocked out, man. They're sleeping before they've gone down. And that's dangerous. That's when their head gets past and they're not protecting themselves or nothing.
They don't break the
floor. And you're like, oh shit.
Because I know a youth that done that, in Dodit, and he thumped a man and he dropped down, cracked his head, dead. And then he handed himself in, he got like a little manslaughter charge. And it was a bang for nothing. Not like the man were on the block and then some bullshit. The man came, stop making noise. Shut up. And then they banged him. And then
you know what this one is? I always say businesses. Like when I was doing the youth work before, I always said my CRB was a dog leash on my neck, and I used to hate it at that age. When I was younger, I hated it. I thought it was restricting me. But more I got older, I realized that it was a good thing, but it kept me out of a lot of foolishness. Because I know a stupid argument, a stupid arrest, I can get arrested for criminal damage, but you ain't eating no more. Because I can't go to it, they will lock me up. As I said, at that age, I hated it, because that's not making the transition originally. I hated it because sometimes you wanted to go do something dumb, and you just know in the back of your mind you can't because no. It felt like it was a leash on my neck. Now as you get older, business is that same leash.
But
but now I don't look at the leash, I look at the blessing.
When it comes
my
to
mind's
you,
open, smarter now. I know more sense.
But when it comes to you and your brothers, I feel like you had the potential to go the complete wrong way.
Nah, I never had that.
You had
potential.
no, listen. You had the potential because you lot were popular. You had the size. People would automatically try and make you that person.
Yeah.
But you lot had,
But you know,
you had a wicked upbringing. Like you're
exactly.
wicked.
That's why the potential weren't there.
Your family dynamics is proper.
Yeah, but my mum, remember Rusty, so as much badness as man done, man knew man weren't bad in heart.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Listen to me. I used to go to school with like him and his big brother and my brethren. So we went primary school together, and then when I went secondary school, your brother was a year above me, but we used to go to school together. I used to knock for him and take it. Yeah. So when I gone to school, he's like, all right, don't worry, I'll tell everyone you're my cousin. But I remember starting trouble, and telling them that he's my cousin. You know what I'm saying? He was saying it just to get man food. But I was starting like with bigger boys because he big. I remember like troubling one year 9, a couple years in, like a couple weeks into my year 7. I used to have dreads in it, and you must have said something about my dreads. I'm like, what? I'm gonna call my cousin, you dickhead. And then your brother was like, no,
because bigger than me.
In school, the hierarchy is crazy. That 1 year means a lot. And them year 9s were about it, and I'm troubling this big boy.
But you said you gave me the pass through, but I didn't know there was restrictions.
So wait, what does this pass really get me? But yeah, so
that pass got me a free place. I can't lie. I remember year 11. Can't remember what age. He probably kicked man's ball or try to say, I said, you posted. I started cussing it, and I think he slapped me or something. My brother was kicked out of school by then, but you know what it was? Sheppy and Gavin. They come and broke up the youth from. I got the pass through, but I was. What? Cool. So what? You get me? You from there? Yeah, he was there. Yeah. Who is it? I can't remember who he was. But I can't remember who. But them man broke him up quickly. They moved him quick. Like, I used to get away with them little things. But it's funny because in the real world, outside school, I never would use the name because people get it twisted. You got brothers in that year. They think that you can call them for anything. No, I don't want them knowing if I'm doing bad because they will bust my ass when I get home. That's what it was, especially when the phone robberies and that will come out. I remember one of the man from NC, man, Robert, Jody Ali, and he was so proud of man. Yeah, he was so proud of man that he was gassed. He was so proud that he went home and told my brother, innit? I got my head bust up through, but my brother, we don't promote it, innit? Like, it's not meant to be done. So.
When I heard that you were getting bad, even I remember calling you and telling you to calm down a bit. Remember?
I remember one time, we almost moved to you.
Me?
You
could move to me.
We would have moved to you. I only way I know it was you was because I was looking to see how I can get through to hit the person.
Oh,
and then I looked and I said, remember one time it was silly when we were rushing a bus.
Oh,
we were rushing a bus, a bare bus. Not a road. And the driver, you saw us obviously, innit? But we're all like 10 man trying to run. We're never doing back door like fuck, I go through the front. And you put your arm out and grab my bread like that. So I'm looking up to see how I can, because they got the glass. So I'm saying, where can I get through? And we look and see a 6, you know.
But you know,
this man is like, sorry.
I used to drive the bus but at 18. I started driving the bus at 18, but I used to treat it like it was a whip. So you not running through my whip.
He got upset with me. He told us off. You know, like, I don't tell him man off.
And when I see that, because remember, I probably saw it was them.
Yeah, you saw. Yeah.
So I'm like, but them man, even though we're roughly the same age, when man's 18,
you're still older to us.
You're 15.
14,
I'm
14, 14.
I'm big man to you.
Yeah.
So I'm grabbing man, telling my behave.
He'll show me. I'll let you on anyway. I will let you on anyway.
Yeah, that's mad.
Anyway. But that's what it is. But it happens, isn't it? You know what it is? Mix of needs. Well, the needs of going to road, because man never went road for hype of it. You went road because we need. I always say that, man. I wasn't really doing fashion with road money. I was 16 buying fridges and hoovers. It's a bit different. My mum's been sick from when we was young. She ain't allowed to work, wasn't able to work, so we had to make shit happen. So it's a bit different like that. And what I always say in my house, where I was lucky, my oldest brother, I was kind of younger when he wasn't been dabbling or doing whatever on road. So I've never really known him as that road brother like that. I known him as the one who got up every morning and went to work.
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to see, even though my other brother would show me straight road all
contrast.
Day, I was lucky enough to see that a man working in the house is normal. Enough men don't get to see that a man working in the house is normal. So the normal thing is to touch road. So I saw both. So I always had that chance to go either way, I guess. hustler in me, just the entrepreneur in me, saw that product of Crow and worked it. That's what it boils down to.
Because
But I
it makes
always
a good
knew that I
business
should
man,
do
you
more.
know. It makes a good
Yeah.
businessman. As much as it's illegal, you can see a good businessman. Jay,
We can sit down for hours on
Brother.
this, bro, but
enough respect,
let's do
man.
a part 2 next time.
No, definitely, man. Good to see you. People, make sure you check out Squad
Yeah, man,
Gigantic.
as I said, 1st of November, the new book will be out, Squad Gigantic 2, Gigantians and Supremes.
All right.
It goes mad from there. Yeah. As I said, the music's coming out from this month.
Yeah.
Probably out by the time this is out. Go get it, man. It's about to go mad. I can show you better than I can tell you. And it's about to happen now.
Say no more, man. All right, people. Blessings.